Hi everybody, here we go for another 1cc. This time it will be on the 13th episode of the Touhou series, 10 Desires, which has been released in the 2011. Well, first of all, this 1cc may be a bit harder, even harder to understand, because I'll try to make it in just one try. So, I do apologize for my awful English, for my French accent. So, Touhou13 then. Well, as you can see, I'm playing Lemu, the first character, which is, in my opinion, the best character to clear the game. The easiest character to clear the game, actually. This is actually true for most of the series. Touhou13 is quite a Touhou game, so you have an invisible line up the screen, so you have to cross that line to auto-collect everything on screen. Everything, I mean the red square for power and the blue squares for your points. For power, you have to collect the red square. So, and you can see on the right of the screen number 1.77 now, out of 4. So you can go up to 4 to have max power. This is quite powerful and quite fast to gain. Then you have something on the right which is called value. Value is actually the max point every blue item is worth. So if you do collect a blue item up the screen, if you do auto collect a blue item, you will earn 10,000 points or so. But if you do collect a blue item down the screen, you will gain far less, really. So it's really useful for score. I mean, to auto-collect things up the screen. Then you have grays. Grays is for your score as well. You can find a good tutorial on Shmup. I have written the tutorial, so you can find a pretty good tutorial, I think, for playing the game. But it's in French then, so if you have questions, just ask in my 1cc thread on shmups.com. Then what do I have to say? Well, you also have the number of lives you have, of course, the number of spell cards you have. Spell cards are actually your bombs. What else? Down the screen, down left, you have a skull, yes, a skull, with white flames. So this is your trance counter, your death realm counter. This means that when you get hit by a bullet or by an enemy, automatically you will get to the death realm, which is actually kind of a trance, where you are invincible, completely invincible, and where you are much more powerful. So if you get hit, automatically you will be invincible and much more powerful, but you will lose a life at the end of the trance. So try to make as much damage as possible, as much destruction as possible, and then you lose a life. But if your trance counter is full, which is 3 white flame, you can manually get to the death realm. So you just have to press the third button, I think, the trance button, to enter the death realm. So you will be much more powerful, you will be completely invincible, but you won't lose a life this time. This is quite useful for scoring. This is actually quite useful as well for survival, because I've not mentioned this kind of drop, yes, blue drops on screen. You have blue drops, white drops, purple drops and green drops. Those items cannot be auto-collect, so you have to go near them to collect them. Those drops are actually bonuses for lives, for scores, for death realm. So I will explain this. You got blue drops. Blue drops will increase your value points. Then you have white drops. White drops will increase your death realm counter down the screen. Green drops will increase your spell card counter. So you can see on your spell card it's written pieces. I got 6 out of 8 pieces, which means I have collected 6 green drops, and I need 2 more to have a new bomb. Same thing for lives, but for lives you will have to collect purple. Yes, purple drops, that's it. So there I got just 3 drops out of 8 for a new life. But, so, Death Realm is really important for survival, because when you are in the Death Realm, every drop on screen will be doubled. So if you have, for example, 2 purple drops on screen, you can enter the Death Realm manually, according you have the full gauge. So the 2 purple drops will become 4 purple drops, which means you can have an extra life much more quickly. Same thing, of course, for bombs, for scores, and for death counter. There are actually many spots in the game when you can, like here, when you can use your Death Realm, your trance counter, manually for a huge increase of score. Actually, this is not what I want to do here. Just like I do usually. I just want to clear the game here. So there is no score, there's no scoring. I just want to survive as long as possible, and I just want to clear the game. That's why those videos are called 1cc. They are not at all super plays. I just want to clear the game. This is actually quite easy to clear the game. I could say it's quite easy to clear every Touhou game. Actually, I've played many in the last few months, and really they are not really difficult. The easiest is probably the number 10, but this one is quite easy as well. This is actually my 3rd or 4th run of the game, and I cleared it. So, in the level, there are not many things to say, actually. Really, what is worth mentioning is the mid-bosses and the bosses. They are really the big part of the games, all the Touhou series, actually. But so far, there's nothing special to say, because actually, the patterns are really slow, so you can see everything on screen. There are not many trouble. No, there are not much trouble, sorry. There is not much trouble. That must be it. Awful English, I told you. Get spell card bonus. This means that every time you have up right on the screen, you got the name Great Voice Charge Cry here. This is actually the spell card used by the boss. This is a special attack. Each time you can clear this attack, this pattern, without bombing or without dying, you get a spell card bonus. And you can then play it in the spell card part of the game. On the menu you have a training mode, but also a training for spell card. So you can play them every pattern, every attack of the bosses in this mode. Stage 3. The game is quite easy, according you don't want to score. If you want to score, you have to go up the screen quite often, which is, of course, where the enemies are, so it's quite dangerous. But most of the time, if you stay down the screen, there's no real trouble. The game is quite good, actually. Maybe a bit too easy to clear, but well, now I got my extend here, my first extend here. So I need now 10 pieces of life for an extra life. What was I saying? The game is quite good, maybe a bit too easy, but really good. Actually, from number 10, I think the Touhou series is better from number 10. The game are beautiful, really. The gameplay is really, I don't know, Zun is really a master for those. Zun is the guy who made all the Touhou series, except for the fighting ones, and for maybe episode 12.8, I think. I'm not even sure. But most of the time is alone for all parts of the game. I mean, graphics, music, and level design and system. The fact is that from number 10, systems are better, I think. Much easier to understand and much easier to use. But well, number 7, Perfect Cherry Blossom, yeah, is quite good as well, of course. Or Imperishable Night is really good as well. But I think now in 2012, episodes from number 10 are probably better. Pum, 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 pum. Levels are quite easy, I told you. Should go up now, yeah. The best part to score in the game is probably the last level, the beginning of the last level. As you can see, we are in level 3. I only have 30 million points, a little 30 million, but actually in the last level you can have something like 50, 70 millions, something like this. As usual, you have a timer for every boss, for every pattern of the boss. Most of the time in the series I don't care. Here some patterns are difficult to clear in the timer. In the timer, is that English? Within the time given? Yeah, within the time given should be better. This one, for example, I think I don't hit. Indeed. So no spell bonus here, bonus failed. I'm playing here the game in English. Well, even if I don't care about the story, there is a patch to have the game in English. If you're interested in the characters or in the story, this is really a good thing. You can find the patch. You can find the patch everywhere on the net. You have to play the last version of the game. So, in order for the patch to work, you have to play the last version of the game. You'll also find the different patches on the game, on the net. The game, and actually all the Touhou games, are really pleasant to play. Characters are only girls, but for once we don't have sexy pictures. Games are quite easy to clear if you don't want force. You can make a run for just one night. You don't know what to play. You can make a run on a Touhou, and you'll go to level 4 or 5, maybe to the last level in one try. So it's really pleasant. You don't have to work hard. It's not a K2E, for example. In K2E you have to go every day training. You have to work hard. You have to get frustrated. But in the Touhou series, you'll never be frustrated as long as you're playing normal. That's right. Indeed, there seems to be kind of a habit on the net to play the Touhou series on Lunatic, which is the hardest difficulty level. This is not at all what I'm doing here. I'm playing normal, as usual. I'm always playing normal, actually. But, well, indeed, on the net, you can find many videos on Lunatic difficulty. There seems to be kind of a habit on the Touhou series. Indeed, on Lunatic, the patterns are really huge, massive, and that's even more beautiful. But of course it's harder. There is also a habit of playing extra stage. In the Touhou series, when you clear the game once, you unlock an extra stage, another stage. You can play lonely, you can play only the extra stage. It's longer than the other stages. It's quite harder, and it's sometimes much more beautiful as well. So most of the time people play the extra stage or play on Lunatic. But, well, For 1cc, of course, I do play on normal. And I told you, I always play on normal. Here I do use manual turns, so I go to Death Realm manually to collect the life items, the purple drops, yes. And I got a new item, so I have now something like 4 spare lives and 6 bombs, which is quite good actually, quite enough. Here, don't really bother with the massive bullets here. Actually, you can touch the black part of those circles. Every time you do clear a pattern from a boss or a mid-boss, you have special drops, something like that, just like green drops or purple drops. So get near the boss after every pattern, so you'll be sure to collect those drops. Here should be another perfect place to use a manual turns. Indeed. So, but I do repeat, you can use your manual turns only when you have your death realm meta full, which is through 3 white flames. So I do use a manual turns here. It's maybe a bit too late now. Yes, actually, it was too late. When a dialogue, when you start speaking with the boss, your trance will stop automatically. For the boss, then there are 2 bosses. The little one of the screen will help the first one. So you sometimes have to shoot on the little one, because she will protect the real boss. I think I'll be using many bombs here. Can't remember if I have. Actually, this one has been recorded quite a long time ago, quite a few weeks ago, so I don't remember everything. I must thanks Baboulinet once again. Baboulinet who encoded this video for me. The result is perfect, as you can see. The video is quite good. First one used here. So here I stick in front of the little one sometimes to make damage to him. To her actually, she's a girl. This one is quite hard. Well, it's quite hard to me. So I will be using many bombs to clear those patterns, because actually there is another one after. I can't see anything here. It's quite white in the center of the screen. You have bullets, you have knives, you have those circling parts, circling lines. Really hard to me. Nothing special in this pattern. So I have used 3 bombs so far on this boss. Yeah, this one is harder. 4 bombs. Five bombs. And that's it. The bonuses fade because actually when you use bomb or when you die, you don't have the spell card bonus. So I have used 5 bombs on one boss, but actually this doesn't really matter actually. It's better, of course, to die when you have used all your bombs. If you die with all your bombs, you lose them. But, well, this is actually a 1cc. I want to clear the game easily, so when a boss is a bit hard, don't bother, don't be ashamed to use your bombs. It doesn't matter actually. By the way, I had 7 bombs before the boss, and the max bomb is 8, so I had to to use some of them to make some spaces in my counter. This is another perfect place for manual trance. Anyway, I have 4 spare lives, and soon I'll have a 5th one. I still have 2 bombs left, so, well, 1 because I use one here. This is really enough, actually. Nothing special here, just go from left to right and from right to left to clear the upper part of the screen. Manual trance for collecting some life items. Here, well, just a little bullet herding will do. I mean, if you don't know what I mean by bullet herding, you go on one side of the screen, you wait for the bullets to go to you, and you go on the other side of the screen, so you don't have any bullets in front of you. This one is quite hard to me as well, so I use a bomb. Those kind of zigzag, I don't know if zigzag is English, but well, this kind of zigzag is quite hard for me. I'm not really skilled, actually, as you can see. That's why I do 1cc's. Actually, just to show that you don't need to be really skilled to clear a shmup. Mistake here, I was like, what was I saying? Yeah, you don't have to be really skilled to clear a game. This one took me just, don't know, maybe 2 or, let's say something like 3 hours to clear, nothing more. Not even 3 hours, actually. 3 or 4 runs, so 2 hours should be a maximum. And I'm not really not a super player, actually, really. With just a little training, with just a few things to do. Use your bombs, know how to avoid some patterns. In many games, you can go quite near the end, actually. Fourth boss. Can't remember if I've told you. You have 3 stars up and left the screen. Those means that the boss has still 3 life bars after this life bar. Nothing really difficult here. You go from one side to the other. You collect green and purple drops. Bomb is my answer to every problem. I should have bombs in real life. This would make things easier. Well, this seems a bit complicated. This is not, actually. You have bullets on every part of the screen, but actually you don't care about every part of the screen. You just care about what is around your character. So you'll always find a way to go. Same thing here. This seems quite complicated. This is not really complicated. You can touch the bullets. Well, just you can touch a little of the bullets, so you can easily find a way to go through them. Oh, I love that pattern. Actually, when you talk about Touhou13, it's most of the time this image that comes to your mind. A kind of, don't know, Celtic pattern, Celtic symbol, with those blue cards around you. Kind of hypnotic, really. maybe a bit too hypnotic for me actually. That's why I will be using a bomb if I can. Yeah, that's it. To make things a bit faster. I said it was the fourth boss. This was not, this was actually the fifth boss. And as you can see, I only have 90 million points at the beginning of the last level, so the sixth level is the last one. So on the beginning, you can use a manual trance, but I have not a manual trance available, so I can't. But you can have many points here with those kind of flame trains. Just like a few minutes ago, you have to go from right to left, but it's a bit harder here because there are many more enemies. Sorry. My final score is actually, you can see it on high score. It's actually around 160 million points. I think you can go far above 1 billion points. Actually, I think so. Stuck, so I have to use a bomb. So I got 8 out of 15 life item. I think I will have another spare life on the boss. Every time you clear the pattern of the boss, you have a life item, a purple drop, you know. So I think this will be enough to have another extra life here. So the last boss, quite difficult because it's quite long actually. She still have 6 life bars after this one, so it's a bit too long. Here I do use my manual trance, so I do much more damage. I'm invincible, which gives me opportunity to clear this pattern, this hard pattern, and to begin the next pattern. I'm not really fond of it, but I think Zune, the creator of the game, used many religious symbols, many religious references. But on the, I'm not even sure of which religion I'm talking about. Tao, I'm not sure you say it in English. Probably. Well, anyway, I'm not a specialist, so if you want some info about it, you'll have to find them on the net. 3 spare life, no more bombs. Here it's getting harder. Yeah, lose life. 2 spare lives, 2 bombs. I thought I would be clear at the game with much more spare lives. And I still need 4 purple drops to have an extra life. Here, nothing really difficult actually. Those arrows are quite slow. You have still a lot of spaces, but most of the time I get stuck when I say such things. Indeed. Should I go to the left? Still 3 purple drops. Quite difficult, those crossing knives, those 2 colors, blue and red, so I do use a bomb. Even more difficult. Actually, this should not be, but I always lose here. So here is an automatic trance. Beautiful pattern. Actually, this one is really easy. Just let go the slow button. You have to use your full speed, and even if the bullets are huge, you can touch them on the edge. There's no problem. So it's quite easy to go between them. Find it beautiful. One more purple drop to have an extra life. I think I have one there. This one is a bit difficult, so here is a bomb. No, I'm not touching the boss here. Here is the extra life. So I have 2 spare lives for the last pattern of the last boss, which is quite enough. The last pattern. First, you have to stay stuck where you are. When the bullet stops and go near you, you just have to go up, like me, or down. Sometimes a little left, sometimes a little right. Here, this is not a manual chance. I think I got hit by something. And you have to do it till the end. Of course, use all your bombs. I don't think there are bomb bonus on the game. If you have chance, use them. Or if you have a manual chance, use it. And this will do. Boom. You have cleared Touhou13. And you still have 1 spare life. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to my French accent. I hope this was useful to you, and I hope to see you soon on shmupamal.com for some other 1cc's. Bye bye!